If your morning coffee suddenly tastes like ashes, it means the world you've known is crumbling around you. Imagine waking up to a day that starts like any other, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee filling the air, only to be shattered by the bitter taste of impending doom. The once comforting routine now feels like a cruel joke, a prelude to the chaos that is about to unfold. The world as you know it is on the brink of an unimaginable catastrophe, and the signs are all around you, if only you knew where to look. Wake up, because World War III is here, and it's deadly serious. The news flashes across your screen, a stark contrast to the mundane updates you're used to. This is not a drill, not a false alarm. The gravity of the situation sinks in as you see the words World War III inches emblazoned across every channel, every notification. The world is no longer a safe place, and the reality of war hits home with a force that leaves you breathless. The calm before the storm. The city lies in a deceptive tranquility, the dawn breaking with a serene beauty that belies the chaos to come. The streets are quiet, the air still, as if the world is holding its breath. This is the last moment of peace before the storm unleashes its fury, a fleeting calm that will soon be shattered by the horrors of war. Picture bustling London streets, the heartbeats of a nation unaware of the darkness lurking on the horizon. People go about their daily lives, oblivious to the impending disaster. The iconic landmarks stand tall, symbols of a city that has weathered many storms, but none like this. The hustle and bustle of the city, the laughter, the chatter, all of it is about to be silenced in the most devastating way. The hum of the city, the rhythm of daily life, all set against the ticking clock of impending doom. Commuters rush to catch their trains, the underground stations filled with the familiar sounds of a city in motion. But beneath the surface, there is an undercurrent of tension, a sense that something is not quite right. The clock is ticking, and with each passing second the world edges closer to the brink. GCHQ, RAF bases, Faslane, each a strategic target, each holding its breath. These are the nerve centers of the nation's defense, the places where decisions are made that will determine the fate of millions. The tension is palpable, the stakes higher than ever before. Every move, every decision is critical as the world teeters on the edge of annihilation. Then, without warning, the skies ignite. A blinding flash of light, a deafening roar, and the world is plunged into chaos. The sky, once a symbol of freedom and possibility, becomes a harbinger of destruction. The explosion is a stark reminder of the fragility of life, the thin line between peace and war. Intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs, launched from hidden submarines, streak across the sky like harbingers of apocalypse. These weapons of mass destruction, hidden beneath the ocean's surface, are now unleashed with devastating precision. The missiles cut through the sky, their deadly payloads aimed at the heart of civilization. The world watches in horror as the apocalypse unfolds in real time. London, Glasgow, Bristol, cities that once buzzed with life, now engulfed in nuclear fire. The vibrant cityscapes filled with the energy and vitality of millions are now scenes of unimaginable devastation. The explosions rip through the heart of these cities, leaving nothing but destruction in their wake. The once bustling streets are now silent, the buildings reduced to rubble. The first wave hits and the shockwaves ripple out. The force of the explosion sends shockwaves through the city, shaking buildings to their foundations. The ground trembles, the air filled with the sound of destruction. The shockwaves are a physical manifestation of the chaos that has been unleashed, a reminder of the power of these weapons. Buildings crumble like sandcastles against an unforgiving tide. The structures that once stood as symbols of human achievement are now reduced to rubble. The debris fills the streets, a stark reminder of the fragility of civilization. The cityscape is transformed into a wasteland, the buildings collapsing under the weight of the destruction. Streets once filled with laughter now echo with chaos and despair. The laughter, the joy, the everyday moments that made up the fabric of life are now replaced by screams and cries for help. People run in panic, their faces etched with fear and confusion. The streets, once a place of community and connection, are now scenes of chaos and despair. The air thickens with smoke and dread, every breath a struggle against the toxic atmosphere. The smoke fills the air, a choking reminder of the destruction that has been unleashed. People cover their faces with masks, struggling to breathe in the toxic atmosphere. The air, once a source of life, is now filled with the stench of death and destruction. In the blink of an eye, the world changes. The transformation is swift and brutal, the cityscape changing from a vibrant, bustling metropolis to a desolate wasteland. The time-lapse captures the speed and intensity of the destruction, a visual representation of the rapid and devastating impact of the war. The UK, once a beacon of resilience, now lies in ruins, a ghostly reminder of the fragile line between peace and annihilation. The landmarks that once stood as symbols of the nation's strength and resilience are now reduced to ruins. The UK, a country that has weathered many storms, is now a ghostly reminder of the fragile line between peace and annihilation. This is the new reality, a chilling tale of destruction unleashed. The wide shot captures the full extent of the devastation, the city now a shadow of its former self. This is the new reality, a chilling tale of destruction unleashed by the horrors of war. The aftermath is a stark reminder of the consequences of conflict, a sobering vision of what the future could hold. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the aftermath and the desperate fight for survival in a world forever scarred by nuclear war. The survivors, those who have managed to escape the initial destruction, now face a new battle. The fight for survival in a world forever changed by nuclear war. The makeshift shelters, the search for food and water, the struggle to rebuild in the face of overwhelming odds. This is the new reality, and the fight for survival has only just begun. This is not just history, it's a warning. The historical footage serves as a stark reminder of the lessons of the past, the warning signs that were ignored. The clocks, ticking away the seconds, a reminder that time is running out. This is not just history, it's a warning of what could happen if we do not learn from the past. Will we learn before it's too late? The clock is ticking. The close-up of the ticking clock, the anxious faces of the people, a reminder that time is running out. Will we learn from the past, or are we doomed to repeat it? The clock is ticking, and the future is uncertain. The choices we make now will determine the fate of the world.